Plants vs. Zombies 3 is the latest installment in the Plants vs. Zombies franchise, being a whopping 4 years since the previous game, Battle for Neighborville. This game has been cooking for 4 years since 2020, so did PopCap deliver? No. This game has been cooked from the beginning. People are still saying cooked as sling, right? Okay. If you've looked at the community for more than a minute, you'll see a massive outcry of angry and upset fans. The reason I said this game takes a million steps back in the title is simply because it isn't good. If there is a redeeming quality to it, there are 10 terrible ideas that accompany it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. What even is a Plants vs. Zombies 3? Well, Plants vs. Zombies 3 is a sequel to Plants vs. Zombies 2. PvZ3 is the second attempt at PopCap and EA rebooting the franchise. The first time with Battle for Neighborville and PvZ3's first soft launch were a flop, so they're trying again. I don't understand why they're doubling down on rebooting what has already been done instead of returning to what people liked the franchise in the first place, but just please return to the old logo. Please, I just want to see it again. Please. While I did say PvZ3 has been in development for 4 years, that's about this rendition. This entire project has been in development since 2015, making this game 9 years old. Current PvZ3 is a 2020 version of this project, with the other versions being from 2015 and 2018. There were multiple reasons as to why this game was redone, one of them being about money. The 2015 and 2018 versions were extremely inspired by Clash Royale, to put it lightly. But the 2020 versions copies a different game this time. Gardenscapes. Multiple assets and mechanics are directly copied from the game. The UI placement, the monetization methods, how the story works. Those are a small handful of problems out of many. Since this game took 4 years to create, you would imagine it has tons of content exceeding the previous 2 games. And you'd be wrong. You'd be wrong. This game has roughly 13 plants, and none of them are completely original. You have the lychee, I don't know how to say that, which is just a durian that attacks in a 3x3 radius, or silver sword, which also attacks in a 3x3 radius. I think you can see the problem now. The same goes for the zombie side. All of the zombies are altered versions of pre-existing characters. Now about the Gardenscape stuff. To my displeasure, I had to sit through that game, and oh my god, so much is stolen. Let's do a speedrun. Number 1, the UI is 1-for-1 copied. Number 2, the story progression is identical. Number 3, the monetization is the same. Number 4, PvZ3 has power-ups and level perks that are fundamentally function the same as Gardenscapes is. Number 5, the game has furniture and decorating. Number 6, the map at its core is a clone. You look down at the characters and watch them do whatever they're doing. Number 7, this is a puzzle game. You heard me, Plants vs. Zombies 3 isn't a tower defense game, it is a puzzle game. They switched genres so they can faithfully copy Gardenscapes. What? They call the tower defense levels mini-games. Mini-games. What PopCap expects you to play the game for is the story, not the tower defense. Are you kidding me? This is a tower defense franchise. To drill that this is a puzzle game further into your skull, you can't choose your seeds. The puzzle at display is the player using plants handed to them. I feel like it's self-explanatory why this is terrible. Do you want to know what is also terrible? Dynamic difficulty. Dynamic difficulty is a mechanic where if you win levels consistently, the game will purposely make the next level harder so you have a higher chance of losing. The same goes for if you are losing, the game will send less zombies. Since this game is incredibly easy, it is a universal experience to see 7 zombies spawn one after another in the same exact lane. Okay, let's brighten the mood up for a moment. The art style is nice. I say nice loosely because it looks nice outside of the game, but in-game it doesn't look that great to me. It's because of the animations. The animations weren't designed for 2.5D sprites, so it looks off. Sometimes body parts will just come off of the character and then reattach to themselves. The marketing renders do look nice though. The stylized look is really appealing to me. My only problem is the humans though. They totalized pretty much everyone. Dave, Nate, and Patrice all look younger than how they actually are, and their redesigns aren't that great. Except for Nate though, they actually cooked pretty well for him. Okay, enough positivity, let's get back to hating. The music in this game is really bland and generic, in the nicest way possible. Here's more context for the music behind this game. The composer for PvZ3 doesn't work for just PopCap, they're a general audio director that gives me around a ton of projects for different EA type mobile games. PopCap doesn't want to get Peter McConnell back since that requires paying someone, so this guy's the composer. It's not bad because it's not Peter, it's bad because it's rushed. The previous community manager, Hemophilius, has stated on Reddit that the composer is extremely overworked because they're pulled onto different EE projects all the time. If he was given more time to compose something that was in the PvZ style, I don't think I'd be complaining, but he isn't. Psst! Companies, stop overworking your employees. This is just a suggestion, but I think it would be very nice. Like Gardenscapes, this has a 5-life system. Losing makes you lose a life, and you already know how this goes. It sucks. An amazing thing about PvZ was how it never felt punishing. If you lose, you can try again with a different strategy. The game later on wants you to use power-ups as much as you can, so you'll be forced to spend money for more if you don't want to lose a life. It's incredibly scummy, and it's just another factor as to why this game is terrible. In conclusion, yeah, this game just isn't good. It sucks to see this because I love Plants vs. Zombies as a whole. I've played each game, PvZ 1, PvZ 2, Heroes, Garden Warfare 1 and 2, Battle for Neighborville, and this just isn't it. At least with Battle for Neighborville, they had many new concepts, and some were great, but this game has nothing new for it. I don't think that this game will get better since PopCap has ignored our feedback for the past 3 years, and I don't see their mindset changing. In their February newsletter, they said that they were committed to the current version of PvZ 3, so that's obvious proof that they don't care what we think. And on that incredibly depressing note, I'm off. Hey, I'm Jay, and this video is over.